Hello, good people of the world. This is the Englishman reporting in from Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm going to show you how to edit video in Adobe Premiere and Windows Movie Maker. I was going to show you Lightworks. I've had a problem setting up Lightworks due to my internet connection. But Lightworks, there's tutorials on the internet, videos, manuals, and most importantly it's open source, so it's free. There's three versions. A free version which is limited to if you import video you'll have to transcode it, which means one, it takes extra time, two, it's possible that you'd lose quality. So the pay for versions, I think one is 50 and one is 60, either US or Euro, which, considering the price of Premiere, which is roughly about, I'm thinking about anything from 600 to 800 US, or on the cloud service, I think somewhere in the region of probably 200, well, 150 US a year. You know, Lightworks really does make sense.
Caribbean Ultimate Fish Party!
Good day, KVTV fans. We're down at Drift Motion 3.
About to go in and see what the pitch lake is all about. Now, it's one of the largest pitch lakes in the world. There are three known, one in Los Angeles and one in Venezuela as well.
Okay, so we've opened up Premiere. We want to start a new project. We're gonna call it test. Okay, and then it's gonna ask you to save a sequence. In this folder section here, you could choose whatever sequence you want, whether it's you want cinema standard files, massive 4K files, 3K files, the old style DV camcorders, which is around 720 by 480 size, but we're going to be using your standard DSLR 1080p at 30 frames a second. We're going to call this sequence test 1. Okay, so Premiere would then open up. First thing you'd need to do is to edit files. You'd need to import them. This would be your monitor window, and this is your timeline window here, your timeline monitor. All your effects, audio effects, video effects, and video transitions are here. Here we'll import some videos. So let's basically import everything. Let's see. We don't need that. We'll import those. That was a PNG, sorry, that was a PSD file with a layer. It's asking me whether I want to merge the layers or not. That's a whole nother ball game. Won't go into that now. I'm going to import a PNG sequence as well. So when you import a sequence, press on the first one and you say click numbered stills and open. And you see here's all the videos and pictures that we've imported. This side here, and here's the sequence. We double click on on a video. You see here it comes up in the monitor window. We play that.
Carib Great Race 2013. It's back.
You can scrub along the timeline like this using this scrubber here. Okay, so we want it to start at the beginning. We'll play it.
Great Race 2013.
And
it's back.
We'll stop it just before Jonathan starts talking. Because he talks a bit too much, Jonathan, so we'll stop it just before he starts talking. Alright, so you see this sort of like a scrubbing tool here, like a scroller. So we've got that to scroll through, and we've also got these. This one here, right and left arrow, is sort of like a play pause arrow. It goes from frame to frame. Okay, so you can go in very accurately in where you want to come in and out. So we want to end the clip there. We go to set out point, click that. If we drag it onto the timeline now, you can see it's actually on the timeline monitor. So if we scroll out of side of that video here, you see there's nothing there. We scroll back in, the video's there. Now this is this is very small here. So if we go to this zoom in button here, you see how the clip increases. This is a handy thing to know on Premiere. If you click the display style, show frames, it's going to show you all the frames. It just makes it easier to see. Okay. Right. So let's click on another video. Say cuff. Great event. Really was good. As I say, we can scrub through the cuff event. And if we want it to stop, say before you get to the fight scene, we'll use the frame by frame arrows. Go back one, set the out point, drag it down here. So we want this video to come in just as I finish talking. Right? So see what I've done? I've gone to the monitor window. So it's affecting, you see when I scrub through, this pointer starts moving. So that's on the monitor. So frame by frame on the monitor window, we drag this to here and it would snap. If your videos aren't snapping, where is it? Go to here, sequence snap, and everything should snap together. Like if you see, it's kind of snaps. At the beginning here, you see a little marker saying it's snap there. It's going to snap to there. Okay, so you know it's locked onto that frame. All right, so click on this video, the top one, the Carry Great Race. This button here, add a remove a keyframe, very useful. We'll also do that on the audio because we don't want the audio there as well. We want that to fade out, and we go to the end of this video. You see, you don't have to go exactly to the end on this because we're going to fade it out. One click there, one click there, and we'll go in here and we'll drag it down. So the audio and the video should fade out now. All right.
Back.
Pretty cool. Okay, so let's drag another video in there. Let's say the Kofta guests. Play that.
Who do you think would win?
Giselle.
Giselle.
That's because that's your friend, isn't it?
Yes, and she's the only one I've heard present.
Apart from Giselle.
All right, apart from Giselle, we're gonna stop it there. Drag it down to say here, and basically we're doing the same thing again. Clicking on this video. No, I'll show you another way to do transitions actually. Go to the video transitions in the effects window. Go to dissolve. There's all different types of effects, but basically I like cross dissolve because that's what you see on TV most of the time, instead of these fancy fade in and outs. And like when you drag it on top of the I'll delete that, I'll do it again. You click and hold, you drag it over, and you just go to the beginning or if it was to the end of the video. You notice if I do it anywhere else, it doesn't quite snap. You got to go right to the end, or here, right to the beginning. Then you could drag it to wherever you wanted it to fade out to. All right, so if you want it to fade out there, wouldn't want it to fade that long, say about halfway, and then it should dissolve automatically. All right, so again, we do it on the audio. We want to fade out this audio on audio 1, which is the cuff. Go to the end, fade out the audio. If we go to the beginning and play that.
Carry Great Race 2013. It's back.
Caribbean ultimate fish fighting!
So it's two methods that I've used there of fading in and out.
That's because that's your friend, isn't it?
Yes, and she's the only one I put.
Right. Moving on, what I'm going to show you to do, if I wanted to add, because I've got 3 layers here. If I wanted to add another one, I'd right click on the mouse, add tracks. After video 1, I want to add 1 video track and 1 audio track. You can add more or none, but I'm just going to add 1. Click OK, and then you can see there's another video track here. All right, I'm gonna left click on the mouse and drag so I select all the videos, press delete, and I'm gonna show you a few more things in Premiere before we move on to Movie Maker. Let's see, gonna put the Pitch Lake video on there. I'm gonna put a, let's see, the sequence, the hat sequence that I brought in. I'm gonna put that on there. Now if I go to the begin, somewhere on the timeline, you could see that because the hat sequence is a PNG sequence and it's got an alpha channel, you could see the background behind the actual picture. Very handy for logos. Yeah. If you want to move it about somewhere, you go to okay, you need window effect controls, which is up here. You select the clip, you can press motion, then you can move it around left or right. You could scale it, so you could do lots of things with it using these functions here. And again, these are all keyframeable. Yeah, so you could move it to the left or the right, and once you keyframe it, it would move slightly. See it moving? Alright, so that's a handy thing to know there. Okie dokie. So now I'm going to show you Chroma Key. I've got some footage here of Giselle doing the news show. So I'm going to drag that onto the timeline. Alright, so if I go to the beginning and play.
So we're here with Beverly today.
You see, I'm still getting the audio from the Pitch Lake video, which is here. So I'm gonna go to the Pitch Lake video and just press left click, drag and hold, so I bring that down to no volume. Alright, so when I press it now and play, there's only the audio from Giselle's newsroom video playing.
Welcome to KVTV News.
Let me open up that.
And in the headlines.
Okay, now Chroma Key. What you want to do is go to Effects, Video Effects, Key in, and I use Ultra Key. Drag that onto the video. Alright, then go to you'll see it come up in the effects panel, Ultra key, click on the arrow, then the key color, click on the selector, and I like to go to the darker screen, and if you click there, you see, voila, you could see what's going on behind Giselle. That's how they do all the newsroom stuff. All right. You can adjust various settings there. If you haven't got a clean green screen, the best way to shoot a green screen is really shine the light from the sides onto the subject and not directly in front, so you cast shadows onto the green screen. So you want a nice flat green, and it's a lot easier to chroma key. Let's see now. I've got a logo in here somewhere, KVTV right logo. You won't be able to see it too well because I've got the if I move the pitch lake video there, or I'll increase the size of it. Okay, and the thing with stills is this is the logo here, you could just hold it and drag it, because it's a still, it could be as long as you want it to be. It's another useful button to know. Toggle track output, click on that, you see the logo disappears, it reappears, disappears, reappears. All right, so that is basically either a Photoshop PSD file with an alpha channel, or a PNG file saved interlaced. You have to clear the background. You do that in Photoshop or a free program called GIMP, G-I-M-P. That's a whole other show how to do that. I suggest searching on YouTube. If you're waiting for KVTV to do a tutorial on that, you probably got a long wait. But basically, that is how you do basic editing in Adobe Premiere, and a few Chroma Key tricks and logo tricks as well. Okay, I've just found something out. I thought Windows Movie Maker came with Windows 7. Apparently it doesn't in some instances. So if you haven't got Windows Movie Maker on your computer, there's a link in the YouTube video for this video, and you'll find the link for this page. Just press download, save the file, only about 7 megs, and install that, and then you'll be able to open Windows Movie Maker. Okay, so you've installed Windows Movie Maker. You just click on the start bar, and if you type in movie, you'll see up appears Windows Movie Maker. Right, so capture video. You just want to import video files. You can capture. Now I found out that, as I say, Movie Maker is very limited. It can't import the files I was working in, which is MP4 files. Can't import those. So Windows media videos it can import, WMV files and AVI files it can import. So I import a couple of those. I'm gonna import another one. Let's see if I've got anything. Yes, I've got something else there, so I'll import that. Alright, so let's go. I know this is quite a long one. So this here, if you double click on that, the video appears in this window here. You can increase the size of the screen. I want it to start, say, so oops, I think you have to pause it. It's kind of rubbish, this. You see that when it's scroll, it doesn't scroll through so as effectively as Premiere. So this is there's no imports. It says split the clip into 2. So this is where we want it to start. We'll play it. Say 1 presenter, 2 presenters. Jonathan, yeah, let's get Jonathan in. He had a hard time the other day, or on the other video. Right, so okay, so we're gonna drag this clip onto the timeline here, and then look for another clip, say comp 1, double click on that, and that was the original Kufta's design, or computer animated design. So we're just gonna use a whole of that really. So we're gonna drag that there, and the final clip 10. Let's see what we got in there. Okay, that's like a little animation thing there. Let's say we stop that. Oh, it's quite a short video anyway, so we just drag that onto there. Whoops, from the timeline. Okay, so if we go to the, we've got all our videos on the timeline in the order that we want. If we go to edit movie, view video transitions, let's look for a nice fade. You drag it onto this box here, and then what else have we got here? A shatter in. Shatter in. I don't know whether you can hear, there's some reggae music going on next door. I don't know whether you can hear it. It's Christmas. Right, so if we double click on the first video in the timeline, so we've only got one monitor as opposed to Premiere has two monitors. So you see the video plays, and Jonathan, after Jonathan, it should fade into the right. So it's fading into the next video, and then it shatters into this one. All right, that is basic editing in Windows Movie Maker. I have absolutely no idea how to do Chroma Key or put in like logos with transparencies on in Movie Maker. I don't think you can do it personally, and I can't really bother to like search and find out. I've had a quick run through the program, and I don't think you can. But as I say, if you want to do that and you don't want to use Premiere, you want something free, check out Lightworks. Thank you very, very much for watching. We've got the reggae music back, and Happy Christmas, Happy New Year to you all. All right, KVTV, keep it locked, like, subscribe, share.
Welcome now to Animation 3.4D. It's good one.